What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Astro Boy YouTube channel. Today we're back in touring our solar system series. So the last video we did Mercury, and then previous video after that we did the Sun. So now we're about to do Venus. So let me go ahead and go to Venus. So Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and surprisingly, it's the hottest planet in our solar system, being even hotter than Mercury. So you know why it's hotter? Because the Venus is in a runaway greenhouse effect with high atmosphere pressures and high carbon dioxide presence in the atmosphere. As you can see, the carbon dioxide makes up 96% of the atmosphere, and the others are nitrogen, argon, and some other stuff. So judging by the atmosphere composition being some nitrogen and argon, you can actually say that Venus actually once used to support life several billion years ago. So Venus once had life and had oceans with habitable planets as a guess. So after this, Venus eventually left the habitable zone. It started getting warmer. Venus's ocean started draining, and eventually it fell into a runaway greenhouse effect and eventually had a thick atmosphere and hotter temperatures. So another thing about Venus is that it actually spins backwards, unlike the other planets, which spin the right direction. Venus spins backwards, and it even rotates and its rotational period is longer than the orbital period, meaning by the time Venus rotates once, it has already completed one in more than one orbit in the Sun. It's not in the habitable zone, unfortunately. It's smaller than the Earth, almost the size of Earth, making it a twin of the Earth. Some people reference Venus to be the twin of the Earth. So if you wanted to see the Sun on Venus, I don't think you can, because if I land on Venus, you can't even see the Sun. Look, the atmosphere is so thick that you can't see the Sun at all. And if you want to know what Venus looks like without the clouds, I can just disable clouds. So this is what the surface of Venus looks like. As you can see, it looks like this. Nothing special. But if we want to see a more close light, I can just remove atmospheres. And Venus looks like this, according to our mapped out studies. So Venus was not studied until a probe landed on Venus and examined the surfaces, and we did send some probes to Venus, but before that we didn't know what the surface of Venus used to look like because of its thick clouds and atmospheres. So now we know, and we know it looks like this. So it did once used to have life, like I said. Even it actually supported life. The life ended on Venus much more recently than Mars did. But we don't have that much evidence though, because we haven't mapped out the surface of Venus a lot, because the atmosphere pressure will literally crush anything because it's so much. Anyway, that's Venus. The next one we're going to be talking about our home planet, planet Earth. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Adios.